Well, I guess I'm just took another risk with my crystals. I had about like 2,300 crystals, and I decided to make some pulls, but from the dorm supply. Oops, my mind is elsewhere right now. So I made some pulls from the dorm supply for equipment. And I was fortunate enough to get a stigmata that I could salvage for some stigmata resonance. It took me about like it took me like 9 attempts. So I was able to save 200 crystals versus just doing a pure multi. I did get a weapon, but But anyway, I decided to take the risk because I've been doing some I guess this is the discussion part. I decided to take the risk because I've been doing some calculations. And, I've been looking at videos about 5.2. I'm aware of the spending event. I'm aware of the anniversary and all these other things. And from what I was seeing, I was like, well, there's not really anything here that I will want to spend crystals on. And also, too, even the part of the, fire power supply. It's like that fire power supply is really good for people who have a whole bunch of full sets of stigmatas or who've collected a whole bunch of weapons, which is not me. I don't have a whole bunch of complete stigmata sets. I think only have one complete stigmata set right now. And that's actually Low and Hulk. This is the only complete gotcha Generation 3 stigmata set that I own. Everything else is just 2 pieces and then 1 piece of Generation 2. Or a HI3rd piece. So it's like, even if I tried to use that firepower stigmata set to, let's say, get another piece of HI3rd, it's a very low chance that I would get it because since I don't have enough of the other pieces. And the same thing goes for the weapons. I don't have a collection of weapons. The only gotcha weapons that I have are the Water's Grief, the one for, key Domain of Sentience. I have the Sagwan Gauge Union, but I don't think that'll be in the fire power supply, nor do I think the key Domain of Sentience will be in the fire power supply. I already have the weapons for the chakras I want to play with, and outside of that, I have Skull and High, but outside of that's it. So I don't have enough weapons or enough stigmata pieces in order to really guarantee me getting something I would want. So it doesn't really make any sense for me to wait till 5.2 in that regard in terms of spending my crystals. Also, too, the Battle Pass season will end was it October 25th? Today is the 2nd. Today is the 2nd. So that means in about 3 weeks, this battle pass season will end. And then we have to wait at least another week before the next battle pass. No, at least another 2 weeks for the next battle pass season to start. So that means in about 5 weeks, like about 5 to 6 weeks, is when I'll be able to, let's say, start taking advantage of the new version, let's say, purchases you can make and stuff. So it's like, well, in 5 to 6 weeks, is it possible for me to actually complete my objective of building, at least complete my HI3rd objective, which is getting a full stigmata set for her, or for that stigmata set, and within that 5 to 6 week period? If I can do that, then I guess that was the, risk versus reward. If I could actually get that accomplished, then that would be better, because instead of me having to wait a full 2 months or more about 2 to 3 months, like I mentioned before, if it's possible for me to get it finished in about like 1 month and like a half, or 1 month and 1 week, I would rather go for that. I want to spend less time, because once I put this Anish together, that's it for the Stigmata sets. I'm not planning to go to Generation 4. I'm just going to stay at Generation 3, because overall my main objective is just get to the point where I can just sit back and just play the game and not always be trying to grind. I want to get away from grinding. Once you get away from grinding and just be able to come in and play, that's when, at least that's the fun that you're working towards. Fun to me is not the grinding or the waiting to get what you need, or as people say, the journey. No, the journey to being where I want to be is not fun, because at least with these gacha games, it's what's after I've got to where I want to be is where I start to have fun, because then I know I'm going to have to put up with the bull crap of the gacha games that are, which just makes the game a very, let's say, tedious and punishing experience. So anyway, just gonna come here and do some salvaging. Salvage. Done. So now, distraction, back on target. I have 4,400 Stigmata resonance. Getting that extra 1,000 essentially saved me about 1 month of time. Actually, over 1 month of time. It saved me 5 weeks of time of waiting. And when we come back out, I'll be, like I was mentioned before, I'll get another 500 since I've purchased the Night BP. So that way I could get the costume for Haxor Bunny. So I'll get another 500. Did I say BP? I'll get another 520 Stigmata resonance. That will put me at 5,000. By the time I get that, I'll be at like a little bit over 5,000. And then I just gotta make my way to 6,000. Because of the Senka Saga rerun and its offering of spatial convection, I'll be close to about 70 spatial convection or 100. And my current plan is to work towards crafting Shinog. Let's see, Generation 1. I'll craft a Shinog because it costs the least amount of SS Imagine. And that'll give me another 1,000 in about like another 5 weeks or so. So it is possible for me to be complete with my Anish goal within 5 to 6 weeks. Now that I was able to be fortunate or have fortune in the dorm supply equipment pool to get a gacha Stigmata piece that I could salvage. And just for, I'm sitting in a lazy boy, so it's making a lot of noise. And just for, here's my budget history. The only thing I've spent recently on was the regular bundle 71, which is the, the chips that allow you to, B chips. So that way I could get the Night Battle Pass and some crystal bundles. Those are the only things I purchased recently, and that was a few weeks ago. Not a few weeks ago, like maybe last week. And then the last thing I purchased was back in June, which were B chips. And I did the regular crystal purchase so I could get the 2. And then I got the crystal bundle. And then May, April, so on. So I guess I'm practicing what I preach by not spending a lot. I'm not whaling. I don't even consider myself to be a dolphin. I try to spend smartly and take advantage of whatever I could take advantage of in game. And take risks, make the sacrifice, and hope and pray that I get, what I need or something I can use. And this time I did. So, time to continue on.